Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. And it is Tuesday at noon, so it is time for lunch with Lori. If you are on, give me a shout out, a like or a love. Let me know that you're here. I'm always surprised at the delay. I know there's a delay because I'm using Zoom to come in, but I'm always surprised when I see just how long 10 seconds is, because that's what they say this is a 10-second delay till it broadcasts to you all. It's just now noon, according to my grandmother clock upstairs. I hear it chiming. So we're going to do a little housekeeping, and then we will hop into the July paper pumpkin, which was called Fun in the Sun. And boy, is it fun. Well, hello there. Guess what? It's raining. Oh, Debbie. Hey, Corinne, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry, Debbie, that it's raining again. It's muggy as heck here. I mean, I might want to trade you. I don't know. Hey, Carol, good morning. Oh, good. Yeah, you got your cards. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, well, just a couple of housekeeping things. I go through these every time. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching and commenting. Ready, set, redeem. You know it. Bonus day coupons that you earned in July are now eligible for redemption. Make sure if you have the email that you copy the code right from your email and plug it in when you're placing your online orders. I'm telling you, it will simplify your life. I had club last night. I've got 3 orders I cannot put in because the ladies that provided the codes, they're not right. Now, I did find one this morning. She sent me her picture, and sure enough, it was missing a letter. So that one I should be able to get in later. But use those codes that are in your emails by copying and pasting them, and it will make your life easier. Hey, Deborah, good afternoon. Yep, raining in New York. It's raining up north. Oh, my goodness. And it's raining in Montana. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I did a big mail push out because, again, my friend who comes and helps me hasn't been available. She's been gone for over 2 weeks now, and I'm not going to see her probably at least for another full week. So I'm a little behind in everything. It's kind of called Lori's rat race right now, but we're getting there. We're getting things done. So anyway, redeem your coupons. Doesn't have to be a $50 order. Somebody asked me that question. No, it was a $50 order to qualify for the coupon, but you can use the $5 coupon on any size order. Just remember, it does deduct from the product total. So if you are ordering in order to qualify for something, whether it be one of my events or another demonstrator's events, your total has to be what we're saying. So if it's a $50 minimum product order, you use the host or the bonus day coupon, it's going to drop your product total to 45. So just keep that in mind, because I would hate for you to miss out on something you really wanted to do because of that. So keep that in mind. Okay. All right. Very good. And then, of course, the kit sale is still ongoing. Lots of great kits out there, even Christmas kits, guys. And there's a couple favorites. I'm going to put a couple of the pictures up over on my Facebook page, hopefully before the end of the week, just so you can see. But there's a lot of Christmases, including the new festive tags kit, which makes 15 tags. But I did order mine. I'm hoping it gets here before the end of the month. Even if it doesn't, we'll do it. But I want to show you how you can take the pieces and parts in the festive tag kit. This one's $13 before the discount, and it is included in the sale, and make some pretty cards with it too. Okay. And then, as I always do, I'm doing a paper share for the upcoming mini catalog that is coming out September. And my paper share includes 2 6x6 sheets of each of the regular designer series papers. So basically the ones that don't have like the foil accents in them. So you get 124 sheets of designer series paper, 6x6, 2 of each pattern in each pack. There's 9 packs, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs included. So you get 124, if I did the math right, 6x6 sheets for that for $45. Plus $9 postage if we are mailing it, so I can get those to you quickly. And then you can do the specialty paper add-on. That's another 16. Now that's only 1 6x6 of each for $10, for just $10. So for $55, you've got a sample of every paper, and the ones that are front and back, you have 2 samples of, right? So keep that in mind. I have the registration link posted in the comment section below the video, or the description section below the video, if you want to take advantage of that paper share. Registration does end on August 30th. That way I can gather everything, make sure I know how many packs of paper I need to order, and start cutting as soon as the shipment arrives. So it's not raining in Montana. Would you like some? Oh, forecast is 100. Yeah, I know. I'm leaving for Vegas next Wednesday, and I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to find every light piece of clothing that I have and loose, right? All right. And then the last thing is, as painful as it might have been, we did make this fun card last week. I love it. Somebody asked me what I called it, what it's called. I don't know, because I've never seen it before. So if anybody has seen it before, can you let me know what it was called? But for right now, I am calling it the double front flip card, right? Because the fronts flip out. I don't know what else to call it. So that's what I'm calling it, double front flip card. Definitely a fun fold, definitely easier than I made it look. I apologize for that. I'm not really sure what was going on last week, but the winner of this is Corinne. So Corinne, congratulations. I will pop that into the mail to you sometime in the next week. I'm not making any commitments. I'm away this afternoon. Tomorrow, I might be able to get it in the mail tomorrow or Thursday. Because I think tomorrow, until I have club tomorrow night, I'm in my studio. So, okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are getting your cards. That's awesome. And I do apologize for the delay in getting those out. So paper pumpkin. I love playing with paper pumpkin. And I love that I've started sharing it with you guys, because that kind of forces me to get them done instead of watching them stack up. This was July's paper pumpkin, which was called Fun in the Sun. So cute. Look at these cards. They are awesome. And they're all fun folds. So this one sits up like this. Okay. And then we have this one. I would call these side step cards because they all step up. So cute. Okay. So those are the cards that the instructions provide information on how to complete. And you will see step-by-step instructions in there. It shows you how to fold them, the whole 9 yards. Your coordinating colors for this kit are Daffodil Delight, Azure Afternoon, Basic Gray, Crumb Cake, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and Pool Party. And they're just very bright and cheery and summery, right? So they're perfect for this time of the year. You get a daffodil stamping spot. Always get a stamping spot in your paper pumpkin kits. You get, in this one, we got some mini glue dots. We got some tear and tape. We got some embellishments. We got lots of die cuts that are all ready to be punched out. You can see I've used quite a few of these, but we got little seashells, flip-flops, the little crab, sunglasses, and some, not sand dollars, starfish. That's the word I'm looking for. We also got 3 of these awesome beach chairs. Okay. And then your accent pieces to go onto your cards, right? So we've got a few of these, enough to make 3 of each of the cards. Okay. Look at all these pieces. Look at the palm trees and the sign. And then our surfboard and our umbrella with our sand swirls, and even some banners. Okay. And of course, an exclusive stamp set. And this one has lots of fun. Hello, sunshine. Sorry, I was crabby. Sending sunshine to. Relax, you deserve it. Wish you were here. Waving hello. I see SEA, brighter days ahead, and sending an ocean of love. So cute stamp set, kind of plays off of the beach theme. And then your card bases look like this. And we have these really cute envelopes to go with, right? With the pretty stripes. And then the inside is the Azure Afternoon color. So I'm not actually going to demo making the cards that came with the kit. I figure that you can take a look at that and do that yourself. you will be able to follow along with the folds and do that. So I'm not going to do that today, but I am going to share with you a couple of the alternatives that I created that are a lot of fun. I'll just show you here real quick how to do this one, right? That's how that one comes together. Okay, I want to see that again. If you have this kit and you haven't opened it yet, this is probably the trickiest part of putting it together, but it's flat. I start down here, it seems to be the easiest, and I do a mountain fold, and then it's just mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, and that's your card base. Okay, and then of course they will sit up like that, and you'll add your embellishments. In this case, we've got the palm tree and the sailboat, and then the pretty sunset scene behind it. And each one of those will go on the appropriate backing, if you will. Does that make sense? And they all fold very similar. So once you've got one down, it's pretty easy to do the rest. Okay. So we're going to move on, and we are going to do a couple of alternatives. One very simple, because after trying to figure that fold out, you might be like, whew, I need something simple. Right? But they are cute. I love them. Like I said, there's enough supplies in there. I'm going to do another one. So just start at the bottom, and it doesn't go the whole way over, right? This is your step or your side step. So mountain, find the next score line, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. And then of course your bone folder is going to be your friend. So once you have that concept in your mind to start in the front, and do the mountain and do the valley, and then find your next one, mountain, valley, mountain. All three bases fold up the same, and then they all stand. And like I said, then you just layer your pieces onto the various steps. Okay. All right. So let's move on and make a couple alternatives. If Lori can pick things up. I'm going to move that one out of the way. We'll start with the simple one, and the next one's very simple too. It's just that it is a fun fold as well, but it's not that step fun fold. So I just decided I wanted to try to use just the stamps from the kit. Sometimes I want to use all those pieces to create the cards. So I just did this Hello Sunshine card. I used the rope, the twisted rope embossing folder behind it. Again, playing off of the pool party, the daffodil delight, the crumb cake, and the melon mambo. So those are going to be our colors here. And we're going to emboss. Let me, there it is. I'm like, I know I grabbed. So that's the twisted rope embossing folder. We have crumb cake that we're going to use inside of that. And it is a 3D folder, so you do need a specialty plate. And that gives us this very cool background. We have pool party for our base. And we're going to grab some adhesive. Now, when you do 3D embossing, you're going to want to make sure you go gentle with the adhesive, right? It breaks the fibers down in the cardstock so that if you are really pushing on your adhesive as you're pulling it across the cardstock, the embossed cardstock, it could pick up the fibers and it could tear your card. So we definitely don't want to do that. If you watch me a lot, you know, sometimes I struggle with simple. I really held myself in check, I think, on this particular project. Project. We have a layer of Melon Mambo and then a layer of basic white that's going to go on top. And our greeting. We're going to grab some scrap paper here and stamp our suns in the daffodil. And I'm going to start right about here. And I'm trying to make a fairly even pattern. And then, of course, we have to catch, because we don't want any white edges showing, right? At the bottom. And I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing at the top. So basically, we're just creating our own designer series paper. There we go. Clean that stamp. This is going to get mounted onto our Melon Mambo. And then onto our card front. Melon Mambo. How many people reach for Melon Mambo pretty regularly? Melon Mambo is a color that's been around with us for quite a while. And then I have the Hello Sunshine playing off of the image that we stamped, right? And we're going to pop that right in the middle. Or as close to the middle as I can get. We're going to mount that to a layer of Pool Party. I do not reach for Melon Mambo very often, but this kit, I did pull it out and I actually forgot how pretty it can be. Now we're going to layer that onto our card front with dimensionals. Grab some of those. And it certainly is a great summer color, right? And we'll pop this down here. Right about there. And then I have the glossy dots. These are in the annual catalog. And we have Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape. And I think that's Pool Party. It might be Coastal Cabana. And I wish they would tell us on the packaging. And I always say, oh, I'm going to write them on there. And then I get moving and I don't do it. But we're going to use the Melon Mambo ones today. And we're going to use the large ones. I made that greeting label real nice and long so we could add some nice big bright embellishments on there. And then on the inside, I'm going to change it up. And on this one, I'm going to put relax, you deserve it. This one, I think I put I see brighter days ahead. Either one would work. And I stamped that in Pool Party. Grab the sun. Pop that on there and then bring my scrap paper back in because we're going to put the starfish across the bottom in crumb cake. Oh, I'm going downhill. That's never good. There we go. Just a little accent image. And again, this card left all your pieces to create your fun folds in the kit if that's what you'd like to do. We only used the stamp set from the kit, and everything else is cardstock that I had on hand and an embellishment. So that's a simple card to create with the July Fun in the Sun paper pumpkin kit. And then I have one more for you. And here I did pull some of the pieces out of the kit to use. I used the umbrella, the sand behind it, the little flip-flops, waving hello. I brought in Waves of Inspiration. That's a stamp set that we've had for a couple of years now. But I thought it played very nicely off of the waving hello. And then I wanted those sunglasses on there. So I turned it into an easel card and I popped the sunglasses on the inside with mini dimensionals as my prop. And then I just put Wish You Were Here on the inside. Easel card is one of the easiest fun folds that you can make, right? It's a standard 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And then you score it. Now I tend to score it at the halfway point, which on this card would be at 4, or I'm sorry, at 2 1/8, right? Because it's a 4 1/4 card front. We're just going to score it at 2 1/8. Then we're going to build our design. So I know we no longer have the Stamparatus, but I still use it for my large stamps. I think the big clear block is the F block, and it's just a little too big for my hands. So I always reach for this. If you have it, I'm so happy for you because it is fabulous. And if you don't have it, I'm sorry because it is fabulous. I do want to make sure. I think I cut this piece of white down after I had trimmed everything. Let me make sure this is the right size. So this piece should be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and it is. So 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and put it right about there. Put my magnets on, ink that up. Now, with the Stamparatus, if you have it, and I'm sure you know this already, you're going to want to put a stamp case or something under your plate when you go to ink the stamp on it, because that keeps it level, keeps it flat across. Otherwise, you can get ink on the plate itself and around it, which can then transfer to your cardstock. And we don't want that. So we're going to ink that up. That's Pool Party that I'm inking it up with. And we're going to, I have to move this piece or this magnet because it's going to interfere, and then we're going to stamp. Then I'm going to grab my whiteboard eraser. I got a whiteboard in my studio, and then I needed an eraser, and it came in a 2-pack. And I'm like, well, this saves my hand. There's lots of things out there that you can use to do this with, but this was kind of a bonus in a pack I had to buy, and works beautifully. All right. And there is our wave. And then I'll just clean that with my chamois later. And that's the Waves of Inspiration. If you don't have it or you haven't seen it before, It's really cute. I love the little pelican on the pier posts, and our friendship is a thing of beauty. Happy birthday. You're so totally awesome, and your strength is an inspiration. I am going to add just a little bit of Pool Party on the, I have an unlabeled brush here. What happened? On the wave. Not much. That's about all we're going to do. You guys are really quiet today. All right, then I'm going to grab that kit because I am going to steal a piece out of there, right? So we want the umbrella die cut. How many of you are Paper Pumpkin subscribers? And I could use the surfboard as well, but we're going to stay with this one. Now, here's what I did. Did you notice this is the die cut that they provided, but my sand is behind everything else. So I'm going to cut this apart. There's nothing that says you have to use the pieces as they are when they arrive. Okay. I'm going to lay that aside for a second, and I'm going to mount this. You can't get into them for some reason. Carol is. Carol is. I got two Carols. They're fun, right? I was that way in the beginning, Debbie, but the Paper Pumpkin kits have come so far. They really have from when we started. I think they're a better value now. And I think that we realize, just as I'm doing today, you don't have to make all the cards the way they are. You can do alternates. You don't have to make any of the cards the way they are if you don't want to, right? Okay, so then I'm going to grab this piece back and I'm going to figure out where I want to place that. And that looks about right. And I'm going to leave that little white strip there. I'm going to cut that off. Ooh. Okay, we're going to do this because my fine tip little bottle that I have for my Tombow is in a club kit that's packed upstairs. We're going to do this. Just add some Tombow. Along the edge there. And I'm going to mount this right about here. You could cut that whole piece of white strip off if you'd want. Yeah, I do too. As a matter of fact, I just cleaned out a cupboard in my studio. I don't remember when, end of last week. And filled a tote, a 31 tote, with Paper Pumpkin kits and other kits that I never finished or never started. Because I have 2 retreats back to back coming up in September. So one retreat is going to be nothing but finishing up all the kits, cleaning those up, and getting those cards made. So it does happen. I understand. Life gets in the way. And, you know, pre-pandemic, I had a quarterly, I think it was. I don't think we did it monthly. I think we did it quarterly. I call my Paper Pumpkin subscribers my Paper Pumpkin posse. So we would have a Paper Pumpkin posse party, and I'd make a couple alternate cards for them to do when they were here with their kits. And that was fun because then we were sitting around making our kits together. All right, we're going to mount that. Before we do that, we are going to stamp a few birds. And I have to look at my stamp because the sticker is mounted upside down on the stamp. And if you don't remember that, it has some really funny flying birds. So just going to test. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to put one there, maybe one right there. And if I need to come back because the greeting covers that third one and add a third one, I will, because, you know, we like things in odd numbers. It's more pleasing to the eye. All right, so we're going to mount this to our layer of Pool Party, which is literally just 1/8 of an inch bigger the whole way around. And then I'm going to grab my flip-flops because I forgot to put them on the card, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, what's going on here? Tack it from this angle. There we go. So let's grab the flip-flops out of the box. And then I found, I don't know if you guys store your leftovers or what you do, if you end up with leftovers, because I think I always have leftovers from my kits. But I did find these pencil pouches, and now's the time of the year to look for them. They're larger size. I got them at Walmart, and our kits, including the instruction sheet without even having to fold it, all fit in them perfectly. So if you are storing in boxes and you're like, oh, it just takes up too much room, even a brand new kit will fit in there. Check those out. If you have a local Walmart that you can shop at. I don't go to Walmart very often, but I did go for that reason. We're going to mount that on a full size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Melon Mambo cardstock. Okay. And the reason I do that is when this comes in the mail, it looks like a regular card. And it isn't until they open it and they see this fold that they're going to realize, oh, look at that. It'll stand up all by itself. And isn't that cute with the little sunglasses as the prop? So now we're going to mount this to the card front. We're just going to put the adhesive under the score line. So whether you do a 2 1/8, whether you do a 2-inch, whatever you do, it doesn't matter. You're just always going to put your adhesive underneath your score line. Line it up on all the sides so it's all good. Do a little burnishing back there. And then we're going to stamp our greeting in Melon Mambo. Like I said, I don't use Melon Mambo very often, but boy, with this kit, it was the thing to do, I felt like. This says waving hello. Again, I'm playing off the wave from the Waves of Inspiration stamp set. We'll see which one I like better. That one was a little high. That one's pretty good. We'll go with that side. Okay. Let's trim that down because I think I mismeasured. There we go. We're going to pop that up with some dimensionals. I think dimensionals add so much to a card. And that is going to cover up my seagull. So I am going to have to come back in with my bird. Make sure I stamp him going the right direction. Do you have your grandchildren play with paper pumpkin? There we go. Corinne, they might be a little young yet, but they are really good for younger children too. Okay, so then let's go ahead and stamp our Wish You Were Here on the inside. I like the font in these stamps too. It's fairly cute font. And then I'm gonna grab my sunglasses. We are going to mount those with some mini dimensionals because you need that to be raised to act as your easel prop, right? And I'm going to mount it inside the card so that I can position this effectively. I'm going to go right about there. So I'm centering it under my greeting. And then there we go. There's our prop for our easel card. So here I did use some of the die cuts from the kit. I brought in a different stamp set. I actually cut the one die cut apart. And you know, they're yours. So you can play with them however you want to. And then this one was just a very simple card that I created the own designer series paper in the background with the stamp set, the sun in the stamp set, and added a greeting with the hello sunshine that comes right from that cute little stamp set that's in there, and added our starfish across the bottom. So that's what I have for you today, my friends. I hope you liked both of those cards. I know there are folks that like the simple stamping and then a little step up. It is a fun kit. Paper Pumpkin is a great creative escape that comes to your door each month. As I put in the description, it's better than bills and junk mail, that's for sure. And it allows you to take just a break and go make something pretty. Oh, thanks, Carol. I appreciate that. Oh, I'll bet he does. Yeah, Matthew always did too when he was young. All right, guys, thank you so much. Corinne, I'll pop that card in the mail to you, hopefully in the next day or two. Have a great rest of your week. I plan to be live Thursday morning at 10 over on my Facebook page for Coffee and Cards. Hopefully you'll join me there. And Sunday night at 8 for Simple Stamping. And then I will be back here next Tuesday. And then I'll be gone for a while. Then I'm going to Vegas for leadership with Stampin' Up. So I will not be live next Thursday or Sunday night over on Facebook. So catch me over there or come back here next Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, share the video, and leave a comment. I'll enter you into the drawing to win the cards that we created today. Have a great rest of your week. Take care. Bye.